What is up, guys? My name is Boone and welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. 2 months ago, I looked like this. Since then, I have lost 20 pounds and I look like this. I'm 20 years old, I'm a student at the University of Arizona, I'm a natural bodybuilder and powerlifter through the USAPL, and in this video I'm going to explain everything I did from eating to training to supplementation to lose those 20 pounds in 2 months. So this is going to be structured as a full day in the life type video. So I have leg day today, I'm going to show you guys everything that I'm eating, things I'm doing for fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. So it's currently 10 in the morning. I'm going to start the day with some fasted training. Now, I don't think fasted training is necessarily better or worse than training with food in you. The only reason that I do it is kind of preference because first of all, I can just use pre-workout and on an empty stomach it's going to hit me harder. I'm going to have a good workout anyway. But I also kind of like how it saves me more calories for post-workout nutrition and recovery, and I actually see that as a slight benefit for me most days. So this is my pre-workout fuel. It's actually essential amino acids, branched chain amino acids, mixed with pre-workout, so this is the perfect like pre-fasted training fuel. As usual, you know I'm repping the Redcon 1 products because they are simply the best. If you want to check out these products, I'll throw the link in the description for you. So I follow a push-pull legs training split. I hit pull and push the last 2 days, which means today is leg day. So I'm gonna chug down these aminos and pre-workout, I'm gonna drive to the gym, I'm gonna show you guys my leg day routine. All right, so I just rolled up to the gym. I don't know how good my footage is going to be in there. I don't know how good I'm going to be at filming myself doing leg exercises. So I'm pretty much going to summarize everything that I'm going to do. I'm not doing as low rep of legs as I normally do because I had a heavier leg day early in the week. So I'm going to start with back squat. I'm going to do 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. I'm probably going to stick that at like, 275 pounds for every set. From there, I'm going to move on to dumbbell Romanian deadlift, and that's also going to be like 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. After those 2 exercises, I'm going to move on to isolation. So I'm going to do leg extension next because I like alternating quad hamstring exercises. So leg extension is going to be high rep as well. I'm going to do actually maybe even 5 sets of like 12 to 15 reps. Then I'm going to end with like lying prone hamstring curl, and I'm going to do 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps, probably with a hard drop set at the end. Then from there, I'm going to finish out strong with calves. I'm probably going to do 4 sets of seated calves and then 2 or 3 super high rep sets of standing calf. Then I'm going to do a quick little ab circuit. I'm going to go on the elliptical and finish out with 15 to 20 minutes of cardio, probably hit 250 to 300 calories worth. But first of all, priorities, I need to blast some music before I get in the gym. All right, it's time to get pumped. All right, let's go. Alright, I just finished up leg day, so this is my post-workout meal. As a fat and protein source, I have 2 eggs that I cooked. I have a Boom and Berry bagel by Dave's Killer Bread. It's 260 calories, has 12 grams of protein, and I also have a scoop of Redcon 1 isotope in cake batter flavor. So this entire meal is only 530 calories, which leaves me about 1,700 for the rest of the day, and it has 52 grams of carbs and 50 grams of protein. Alright, it's been a couple hours since my post-workout meal, so I'm about to eat an afternoon snack, and I also got some shoes in the mail, so let's check these out. Ooh, baby. I got some Reebok Classics. They look retro as hell. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull these off without looking stupid. All right, snack time. No surprise, I'm eating ice cream. So these bars are only 110 calories and they have 6 grams of protein. They're pretty filling and they actually taste really good. Okay, let's finally get into the logistics of how I lost 20 pounds in 2 months. All right, let's get into the logistics of how I actually lost 20 pounds in 2 months. Okay, so for the rest of this section, I'm not really gonna like chop and edit this. I'm just gonna speak off the top of my head. If I mumble or lose myself, just deal with it, I guess. Okay, so back in May, I was like 175 pounds. I was just finishing up like a lean bulking period. And then me and my family went on a 3-week-long vacation to Europe, and I absolutely blew up in size. Because first of all, it's just Europe, you're drinking beer with every meal. I had massive breakfast buffets, consisting of like all the meat and cheese they have there, all the pastries. I was eating donuts for breakfast. And then I spent most of my time in Germany, so I was eating like bratwurst, French fries dipped in mayo. I was eating schnitzel all the time. So I became 185 pounds, and that was the heaviest I had weighed in my life. So when I got back, I was like, yo, I need to get back on track and I need to lose weight. So let's talk about nutrition first, obviously, because that's the most important thing. So I don't follow a meal plan or anything. I follow flexible dieting, which is essentially tracking your calories, tracking your macros every day. And I'm gonna get into macros for a second. But in terms of calories, I went straight from consuming like probably 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day and dropped it straight to 2,500, which is a little bit below my maintenance level of calories, which is around 2,900, 3,000 calories, which is the number of calories I would eat every day to maintain my weight. I wouldn't gain weight, I wouldn't lose weight. So I went straight into this calorie deficit, and I followed that for the first 3 to 4 weeks of the diet, and I actually kind of lost my first like 10, 11, 12 pounds just from following that caloric deficit. I didn't do anything new to my training. Training I've talked about in the past, I follow a push-pull leg split, which means I hit chest, shoulders, triceps, back, biceps, traps, rear delts, and then legs. I hit those 3 days in a row, 3 days in a row again, and then I take a day off. So I train 6 days a week. But pretty much, I just followed that caloric deficit the entire first month. I didn't even add in regimented cardio. So after 4 weeks, my progress began to slow down, and that is when I started making changes. So namely, the biggest change that I made was essentially adding in cardio, and I added in 300 calories of cardio that I would perform post-workout 3 or 4 times a week. I started around 3 times a week. Now that I'm at the end, it would be like 4 to 5 times a week even. But I would just go on the elliptical, go medium to high intensity, and usually in 20 minutes, I could end up burning around anywhere from 280 to 320 calories. My like average was around 300 calories. So the reason that I did that is because at first I didn't want to drop my calories further, because I always think it's better to increase your activity levels instead of reducing the amount of food you're intaking. And that's solely because, I mean, on paper, you're getting more nutrients, more protein, more carbs. I would rather up my activity and continue eating more food instead of really feel like I'm in a harsh diet. So that worked for 2 or 3 weeks. And then I went on another trip to Belize, but that was like 6 days. It set me back a little bit, but it was mostly water weight. I lost it. And that's also another topic I really want to like touch on quickly. I did not lose 20 pounds of fat in 2 months, okay? I lost 20 pounds. So I blew up in probably water weight, maybe even added a little bit of muscle in Europe just because I was eating so much, but it only would have been 1 or 2 pounds because I wasn't training so much. But most of the weight I lost, you know how I said I lost like 10 to 12 pounds that first month back? I would say 7 to 8 pounds of it lost was probably water weight, because in my first week back, I literally lost like 4.5 or 5 pounds. So pretty much, yeah, I upped the cardio midway through in weeks 4 to 8. And then the last 2 weeks, weeks 7 to 8, I dropped the calories again. Actually, past the 4-week mark, I did drop the calories a little bit. I went from 2,500 to 2,300. And the past 2.5 weeks, I've been eating 2,200 calories a day, which is roughly like a 700 calorie deficit, which is approaching the more severe end, but that's how I've been able to like progress the past couple of weeks because my activity is still really high. I'm training 6 days a week. I'm doing the cardio 4 days a week and 2,200 calories, which for my build is low. And that's for me specifically. Everybody's maintenance calories and activity levels vary. Some people are able to diet on like 2,600, 2,700 calories. I know people who can lose weight on literally 3,000 calories, but other people say if you don't have as much muscle mass as me, you only train 3 times a week, you don't do as much cardio, you know, some people need to go into like 1,900, 1,800 to lose fat. So pretty much to sum up everything that I did, I followed the push-pull legs routine that I was always working on. If you want more information on that, you can DM me on my Instagram at Boone Brandon, because I have 4 different routines. That's why I can't really explain it in one video. Explaining my push-pull leg split would take like 20 minutes on its own. But building upon that, obviously you see I'm repping Redcon 1. I did rely a little bit on supplements because I do fasted training, so I have to take amino acids beforehand. I take essential amino acids and BCAAs mixed. I mix that with a pre-workout. I use Redcon 1's Total War because they have ingredients that actually increase your fat burning as long as you're fasted. So it's the perfect combination for fasted training. I have the aminos to protect me from muscle wastage, And I have the pre-workout to help not only increase my metabolic rate from like caffeine, typical stimulants, but it has the citrulline and beta-alanine, which helps my athletic performance, and it has the fat burning ingredients in it. So yeah, training just followed push-pull legs as normal. I waited until like 4 weeks in to add regimented cardio. Mind you, the first 4 weeks, obviously cardio is good for general health, so I would do cardio once or twice a week. I would just run a little bit, I'd go for a swim outside, I'd go for a walk. It was just basic cardio. It wasn't like structured, looking for a specific goal. I added in those supplements by Redcon 1. I started using RPG by Redcon 1 for my high carb meals, which yeah, I don't really have a pump. Like, pretty much RPG is a nutrient partitioner. It helps you use carbs more effectively. That's what I was getting at. I don't really have much vascularity because I don't really have a pump, but normally RPG pre or post workout with a high carb meal is absolutely ridiculous. So in general, obviously I can't say like this is what I ate because I follow flexible dieting and it changes every day, but like that's why I'm showing you guys what a kind of average day of eating would be for me. Like, you know, it's mid-afternoon, I'm only at like 700 calories because I fast until post workout every day, which saves more calories for later. I'm about to eat some ice cream. Life honestly isn't that bad for how like strictly I've been dieting, because last year I went way harder. I was on like a 1,000 calorie deficit and I just felt like hell. Like climbing a flight of stairs was difficult, so I've taken it much better this year. And I think the things that I can attribute that to are, you know, I'm doing cardio only 4 times a week versus every day, and I was just killing myself with that cardio. I'm not in as big of a deficit, and those things, like, I might not get as lean as I got last year, but I've pretty much maintained all my muscle mass. I'm still just as strong, and those are huge wins in my book, because like, who in their right mind would want to get lean just to feel like shitty or weak all the time? Or who would want to lose their strength? Like, I'm into powerlifting. I like being strong. The fact that I lost 20 pounds and I'm essentially like pushing as much weight on squat, bench, and deadlift, that actually makes me technically stronger. And then also utilizing intermittent fasting has been pretty good for diet adherence because I have less hours of the day to fit my food into, which means I get to eat bigger, more satisfying meals. And like eating restaurant food or food that I can't track the calories of, or just like going out with friends, that's a lot easier because I generally save more calories for the end of the day. So if I have a ton of surplus calories and I go out and eat a huge meal, I might end up at my calorie goal instead of overshooting like I would if I were eating all day and somebody invited me to do something. So yeah, that's kind of like a short summary of everything. I hope that really helped, but obviously it's not the end of the day. I'm gonna show you guys the rest of what I'm eating. After I finish this snack, I'm probably gonna have supper. I think I'm having chicken fajitas later, and then I will show you guys my night snack before I go to bed, and we will be done. Alright, so as you see, I just had chicken fajitas for supper and I had pinto beans on the side. So the breakdown of it was I had 2 flour tortillas, I had about 7 ounces of grilled chicken breast, I used light sour cream, just a sprinkle of cheese on both, 0 calorie hot sauce, had a little bit of fajita peppers and onions on top, and my supper ended up being around 800 calories and it had over 70 grams of protein. So right now I'm sitting at around 1,500 calories and I still have about like 600-700 calories left for the rest of the day. Alright, so I'm about to hit my very last meal of the day, which is going to be a Lean Cuisine microwavable pizza, which I included in my grocery haul yesterday. I'm going to add a Chobani apricot yogurt to that, so it's going to be 500 calories. It's going to have 30 grams of protein. I hit my protein goal for the day. I stayed low fat, low carb. I hit 2,200 calories on the dot. So that is it for me. I'm done eating today. I hope you guys got something from this video. I hope you can replicate these results for yourself. And as always, subscribe for more videos coming, or throw a like or a comment if this helped you. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching.